Oh, oh, Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुत्सुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः ॐ श्री गणेशाय नमः ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. So in this fourth chapter, Bhagavan Shri Krishna is telling us different yagnas. Our traditional meaning of yagna is offering in the fire. The priest is chanting and the yajman is putting sticks, grains, ghee, all in the fire. But in the Bhagavad Gita, when Bhagavan uses yagna, what it means is that when the whole community gets together and works for the benefit of all, that is yagna, where I give up my ego, my individual self, and I work for the benefit of all without expecting anything in return. That is yagna spirit. So yagna is sacrifice, but not in the fire, but in the fire of wisdom, fire of knowledge. And last week we had studied the shloka number 44, Brahmarpanam Brahmahavihi. Everything is that Bhagwan, everything is that consciousness. Whatever I see, just as in the fire, when I offer grain, that is God, the ghee is God, the fire is God, the yajman is God, the priest is God. So same way, everything in this world is that one consciousness appearing as all this variety. And then also while I'm eating, the same mantra, Brahmarpanam, the 24th mantra can be chanted, that when I'm eating, the food is God, the one who has prepared the food, she or he is God, the one who grew the food in the field is also Bhagwan. The one who is being nourished when I'm eating is Bhagwan within us as the fire, digestive fire. And by remembering God in all situations, I actually Brahmaivatena Gantavyam, I reach that one reality. So we had done that, and there are many other yagnas. So today Bhagwan will tell us two more yagnas, two more offerings into that fire. And what are those? We'll see in shloka number 26. So chapter 4, shloka number 26. Sorry, it is 26, not 36. I apologize. But on the website, on the WhatsApp, it is 26. So that's what we posted. So it is number 26. Shrotradirindriyanyanye samyamagnishu juhvati Shabdadin Vishayananye Indriyagnishu Juhvati. Together. Shrotradirindriyananye Samyamagnishu Juhvati Shabdadin Vishayanyanye Indriyagnishu Juhvati. So Shrotradini Indriyani Anye. So Anye means other people. So we have done a few yagnas last week. He said some other people offer their senses. Shrotra means the ears, Adi, ears, nose, skin, tongue, all that touch. So eyes, ears, nose, skin, and tongue, all those five senses. Where do they offer these? Indriyani, where do they offer? Samyamagnishu Juhvati, in the fire of self-control. In the fire of control, these senses are being offered. It is number 26. I think there's a little mistake. So all the senses are offered in the fire of self-control. What does that mean? We'll talk about that. And then in the second line, he says, Shabda Adi Vishaya. Vishaya means the sense objects. So the eyes see the sights, the ears hear the sound, the nose, the smell, tongue, the taste, skin, the touch. So our five sense organs have sense objects. So these sense objects, Shabda Adi, sound, etc., these sense objects, Anye, some people, Indri Agnishu Juhvati, they offer in the fire of the Indriyas. So what it means is that our senses are like that fire in which constantly the eyes are seeing the sights, ears are hearing the sound, nose is smelling all the different smells, tongue tastes all the different tastes, sour, sweet, so on. And the touch, different, soft, hard, all those touches. So our senses are constantly getting these objects. So they are like coming into the fire of the senses and then ultimately into the mind. So that is the whole process of yagna, where we are not offering in the fire of this fire, but within our senses coming to the mind. And there are certain rules, how, like the eyes can only see the sight. Eyes cannot hear the sound. Ears, if I see a book, this tablecloth is color, I can only see it. I cannot touch it and say, I close my eyes, what is the color of the, it cannot happen, or by listening. So each one has their particular rules, and eyes can only see, ears can only hear, and the mind is the one that coordinates all of them. So those are the rules. And what the first line says, that when the objects are coming into the senses, eyes, ears, I should live in restraint, self-restraint. Samyamagnishu Jovati. What it means, Jovati means they offer. So what it means that I should restrain what I am looking at. I don't have to look at any and every site on the internet. There are good and bad sites. When I'm on the phone or the computer, I should be selective what I see. Hearing, I should listen to the name of God, listen to bhajans, listen to chanting instead of listening to gossip, or just useless news. There is so much violence in the world. Eating, I should eat in self-control. For the one little tongue, we lose our control. So eating also in self-control. So that is restraint. So same way touch, smell. So that is the first line, that when things are coming in the senses, I should control my senses. I'm not going to see things, hear things that are harmful on my spiritual journey. And the second line, it says, Shabda Adi Vishayani. When the objects enter the senses, what they do, they disturb the mind. The mind gets disturbed. Oh, this person said something and I'm upset. Or this person did something, I'm upset. Or I saw something, especially in the TV, they show all kinds of violence and all kinds of fire and blood and fighting. So my mind gets disturbed. So they say, even if the objects come through the senses, keep the mind under control. Let the mind not run out. Let the mind stay connected with Bhagwan and say, okay, Bhagwan, everything is your Leela. Everything is happening by your command. I am your humble servant. So the mind also, otherwise what happens is that we get so disturbed. Somebody said something, somebody did something, or there is so much violence, and then people get all disturbed. They can't sleep at night because they are thinking all the time, that. So keeping the mind and the senses under control, that is also yagna, where things are coming, but they are not disturbing me. At the one level, I don't even see or hear. That is the first level. That is called dhamma, controlling the senses. And then shama is, even if something comes, my mind does not get disturbed. So these are two levels of control. So Bhagavan says that these are the two levels. And the first line is dhamma, the second line is shama. Another way of looking at it is, another scholar I was listening to, it says that this difference is between a monk and a householder. See, a monk who is living in a monastery and interacting, with limited amount of people, or a swami or a sannyasi, he has given up the world. And his life is total self-control, where he has no family, no possessions, no car, no house, not everything belongs to the monastery. Like even our Chinmaya mission swamis, even the worldwide head and all, they don't own anything personally. Everything belongs to the mission. The room they are given to stay, the computer they use, the car they are driven in or they drive, everything belongs to the mission. So for a monk, even the family, they have basically no family. Yes, they have their mother and father, they have some contact, but they do not have any responsibility to take care of the family. That is the amount of detachment they have, where they completely detach from the world of objects, even people. For them, once they have taken sannyas, at the highest level, they have no family. Of course, we find our Swamijis, when their mother or father is there, they do have some connection, but very minimum. They don't have any direct connection. They don't go and live in their parents' house or anything like that. So that is the highest type of detachment, highest type of withdrawal. And that is the highest yagna, for a person to give up family, house, wealth, all possessions, everything, and live in basically with nothing, minimum two, 3 pairs of clothes. And that's about it. But for people like you and me who are householders, what we do, we live a life of moderation, because we cannot avoid, we have a family, so we have to earn, we have to take care of them, we have to cook. Swamis don't even cook. Most of them, they don't even deal with fire. They don't go to the grocery store for shopping. But you and I, we have to do that. We have to get food. We have to cook. We have to take care of our parents. We have to take care of our children, grandchildren. We also have to take care of society. Householders' duty is to take care of society, give to worthwhile causes, whatever extra we have. So, and also I have to eat, drink, which even monks have to do. But for householder, you cannot give up contact with the world or contact with objects, but we can live a life of moderation where I'm selective about what I see, what I hear, how much I eat, the right kind of food, the right kind of activity, sense organs. Then at the level of the organ of action, control on speech, not talking unnecessarily or just wasting my time on the phone, but controlling the speech. Nowadays, not on the phone, everybody's texting, WhatsApp. That is also speech. So limit what I do with all these activities. That is moderation. So for a householder, that is moderation. And our pursuit of joy should be what is right, what is dharma, not enjoying things which is beyond the limits of dharma. That's why kama, I put here, Bhagavan Sri Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, dharma viruddho bhuteshu kamosmi bharatarshava. O Arjuna, the best among the Bharata family, I am desire, but dharma aviruddha, that is not opposed to dharma. So desires are okay, limited. What, as a householder, we need to have money, things for house, possessions, clothes, take care of, our responsibilities, but they should be within the limit of dharma. Earning should be within the limit of dharma. Any of my dealing with the world should be in the limit of dharma. And not only the speech and the eyes, but even my hands and feet. When I'm doing activities with my hand, taking, collecting from others, I should be doing it within dharma. Feet also, I go to different places, go to dharmic places, go to places that are good. So my hands, my feet, my speech, organs of action, and my sense organs all should be within the limits of dharma. That's why he says, I'm kama, but that is within the limits of dharma. Bhagavan says it's okay to have desires, but they should be dharmic desires. And Bhagavan says also in the Bhagavad Gita, Ishwar, in the 18th chapter, Ishvara sarva bhutanam hriddeshir junatishthati. Ishvara is standing in the hearts of all beings, animals, birds, plants, fish, humans. Ishvara means the Bhagavan. The Lord is in the heart of every one of us. He's standing. They say, why is he standing? Why is he not sitting down? Why is Bhagavan standing? So they say in the heart of devotees, Bhagavan is standing. Anything the devotee wants, he will run and get it for us. That he says, that is my job. If you are my devotee, I am standing in your heart. What do you want? I will get. That is the Bhagavan's promise. That's why he says, Yoga Kshema Vahamyaham. Whatever my devotee needs, I will provide. Okay, how about the people who are evil, who are not devotee? Why are you standing there, Bhagavan? He says, I'm standing because I have to. I don't have a choice. But the reason I'm standing, so I can run away anytime he does anything wrong. Maybe I could run away, which poor Bhagavan cannot, because he has to be in the heart of good and evil people, but he's not happy. So he's not relaxing and lying down. He's ready, standing up. So that's why Bhagavan is in every heart of us. Brahmiyan sarva bhutani yantra rudani mayaya. Just as a motor controls a toy or a car or anything, Same way, Bhagwan is the life principle, the consciousness that controls everything. So one has to constantly remember that Bhagwan is there, Bhagwan is running my life, and I have to live a life of self-control. I have to, of course, eat, drink, take care of all those things, responsibilities, but they should be done in moderation. They should be done in dharma. So that is what this particular shloka tells us, that Bhagavan says, live a life of control, live a life dedicated to me. And when you're offering anything, when you're eating, drinking, I'm offering into Bhagavan, because Bhagavan is within. Even when I'm seeing, hearing, ultimately it goes through the eyes to the mind to Bhagavan, ears. So whatever I'm putting in my body is I'm giving it to Bhagavan. So when I do that, then automatically when I offer to Bhagavan, like when I offer, achamaniyam and naivedyam to Bhagavan, I offer clean food, not dirty or which is stale or which is smelly, freshly cooked food, clean, that, I have made sure that, is cooked well. So same way, whatever I'm seeing, hearing, that Brahmarpanam, that I'm offering to you, Bhagavan, Tera Tujhko Arpan. So with that attitude, one should live our life. So we'll end here. We have a few minutes. If anybody has any comments or questions about this self-control, control of the senses and control of the mind, and not overindulging. So we'll end here. If we have any questions or comments, anybody would like to? Yeah.
Hari Om. Happy Mother's Day to everybody. This is Krishna. Yeah. Okay, I think this what I learned today is some offer hearing and other senses into the fire of restraint, while others offer sound and other objects into the fire of senses. So that is what I learned. One question when Anilji was talking about, okay, everybody has the same plants, animals, everybody, Bhagavan is there in everybody. So one question I just popped into my mind is, okay, I understand that concept, but the thing is, are plants and animals are aware of that, or like apart from human beings, because their mind, their intellect, their mind is not, like human beings. Just the physical part is the body part.
Right. Well, they have a rudimentary mind and intellect. A plant, like an animal, has less than human. Then a fish has less than a monkey and an animal. And then a plant has very minimal intellect, but they do, because they also know that when there is sunlight, they will grow towards sunlight and away from the shade. So their intellect is very minimally developed. That's why they can stay for hundreds of years without getting disturbed.
But are they capable of perceiving their own inner consciousness?
No, no, no. Only humans. Humans are the only ones that can perceive their consciousness. So this teaching is for humans. Animals cannot get enlightened and all. Though they say sometimes cows or some animals, if they have been living with Mahatmas for a long period of time.
With Ramana Maharshi,
right.
A crow got enlightened.
Yeah.
And a cow got enlightened.
Yes, so if they have been living in the presence of a Mahatma, their power is so much that they can get, but on their own they cannot. Thank you. Kusum, you have any questions or comments?
Happy Mother's Day. These yagnas that we are learning is not the means, but it's not the goal, it's just the means to reach the higher, to purify our mind. That's why all these yagnas, and Lord Krishna will tell more, 8 more yajnas, so there'll be total 12 in this chapter 4. And these are all the means to reach higher, and Jnana Yajna will be the highest, which will liberate us. So that's we have to understand that not just doing this is done, no, it's just the means. And second is whenever we offer all these things, all the materials as they get burned up, but also they accrue the blessings on us. So it's like whenever you self-control and say, I cannot eat this gulab jamun because I don't want to eat it, and I control it. When I control it, it gives me more happiness than eating it. So I think it also gives us blessing when you do self-control, any kind of control, mind control. Ultimately, it gives you inner joy, though, that you cannot even express it. So I think these are some of the points that.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Lata, you have a
What's the
question?
difference between control and suppression?
Yeah, control and suppression. See, control and suppression are same, but that is between suppression and sublimation.
Yeah.
Control is that I won't do it. Sublimate is you dedicate to God, and then automatically the desire goes down. So that is the difference. Suppression is you forcefully control. Sublimation is it is not good for my health, or it's not good for my spiritual journey. Therefore, I am not doing it. So that is sublimation, where you offer it to the higher.
With the understanding.
Yeah, thank you. Lata, you have question?
Yeah, I have question. What is the difference between the first line and the second line? What I understood was the first line sort of offers to the living like a monk-like thing, and that second line offers to the householders how we would in moderation how householders will live. Would you clarify that, please?
Yes, no, that is one Mahatma I heard. That's how he explains it.
Okay.
That the first one is for the monk, second is for the householder.
Okay.
But Gurudev in his commentary says the first line is control of the senses, which is Dhamma, and second line is control of the mind. First line is that you control the senses so that the impulse you don't even see or hear, you avoid it.
Right.
Second is that when the objects have entered the senses, then your mind does not get disturbed.
Okay.
Shama. So the second line is Shama, first line is Dhamma. First line is control of senses, second line is control of mind.
Sacrifice in the fires of the senses. What does that refer to?
That means the objects have come into the senses in the second line. Indriya, they have come into the senses, they have entered, but they will not, it will be under control.
Oh, okay.
Mind will not.
So mind will not act on that, and that's how they get sacrificed. That's what is
right.
Okay. Thank you.
So you cannot live eyes, ears closed. You cannot do that.
No.
You have to see, hear, smell, taste, touch. But basically, that's what it is.
Okay.
It is under self-control.
Okay. Thank you, Anil.
Thank you. Yeah, so it's a good question. That's why I covered both the aspects, because I had listened to two different Mahatmas talking, and they both interpret this in different ways. So I thought give both the aspects. So first line is monk and second line is householder, and first line is Dhamma, control of senses, and second line is control of mind, like that. Shama. Thank you. We'll end now. Have a happy summer. Have a peaceful summer. Please continue your study of Bhagavad Gita throughout the summer. You have Gurudev's commentary. Keep reading. And you can also visit firstpower.info. We have all the 18 chapters of Bhagavad Gita there. So we'll do the closing. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha. Hari Om.